X. You said accept. Here we go. He's back. You said accept. Here we go. He's back. You get to talk to the next. Good evening. What deck would you like me to use? I've got a plethora of them.
I don't have a preference. So whatever is calling you. Whatever you grab.
Okay, I'm going to just do this, and I'm going to go... I grabbed the gay one again. Are you okay with the gay one?
I have that deck too. I got it from an ex like 2 decades ago, so that's pretty cool. We all have the same deck.
So, would you like me to use it?
Yes. Yeah, it's fine.
Awesome. Cool. All right, so what is your question for the tarot?
My question is pretty lax one. I just want to know, like, what should I pay attention to in early 2025?
All right, early of 2025. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something a little different with you with this. We're going to pull 3 cards, one for January, one for February, and one at the bottom of the deck. And we can see what kind of comes up with that.
That sounds great, because, like, that'll be right up to my birthday, which is, like, the 2nd day of April, so that's perfect.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Happy birthday 3 months in advance, 4 months in advance, whatever that is.
And I'm looking forward to it, because, like, I'll be 41, so it's a prime number.
I just turned 41. It's a prime number, so what does that mean?
You're in your prime. It's a prime number.
Oh, I'm in my prime. Okay, cool. We almost just have so many cards just try to pop out.
Then Aries Sun and Aries Moon.
All right, so let's find out. See what we got going on. What is going on? You're getting a lot of jumpers that want to come out. There's a lot of things. The tarot wants to tell you something, but we controlled it. But there were a lot of things, messages. All right, I want to make sure about this one because they changed the names of these, and I just want to make sure that this is Guide is the Queen. Okay, got it. Guide is the Queen. Okay, so first I'm going to ask you to take a little bit of take things a little slower with your creative passions. You got an Ace of Wands in reverse for January.
Okay.
But I'm not saying it's definitely a no. I just kind of think take things a little bit slower. Don't make a big jump. But I'm not saying it's definitely a no. I just kind of think take things a little bit slower. Don't make a big jump. Creative something. Don't jump into it without doing a little bit more research. Creative something. Don't jump into it without doing a little bit more research on it. I'm not getting a no. Usually when an ace comes up, to me, it usually does mean a no, but don't jump into it without doing a little bit more research on it. I'm not getting a no. Usually when an ace comes up, to me, it usually does mean a no, but I'm not getting a no here just based on the other cards. It's just more of,
okay,
take things a little bit slower, if that makes sense. Now I want to just double check because for some reason, I just don't. I want to make sure. I think that's right. Yeah. Okay. So the other thing for February, what you got was the 7 of Pentacles. And because I just take stock of how far you've come. With whatever energy's coming up in February, take stock of how far you've come. Be thankful. So this is the ace. This is your January. So you know you've got your the magician hat in reverse. So it's just more of a it just kind of like don't let your no I wouldn't say block your magic, but just take pause with your magic. Now February you've got the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of
Okay.
Pentacles is it's earthy, but it's almost like take a rest from all the work that you've done. Like you see this hedge here, he's done a lot of gardening, and he's put a lot of stuff in the trash here. So I kind of for February how far you've come with whatever it is that you're trying to plan on doing further in 2025.
Perfect.
Take a little bit. I just kind of it makes me feel like it's still very slowing down. Like again, with the Ace of Wands being in reverse, and with the Seven of Pentacles, Pentacles is the like our Earth element, our health, our body, and our money. So it's being grounded. It's the slowest element. So I just kind of feel like with January coming right around the corner next week, if the tarot is probably telling you not to jump on things too quick, what I would probably recommend is think of not January as your New Year's. Look at the astrological New Year. Use the
Okay.
astrological New Year, like when Aries starts. Use that as your New Year's to start creating
Yeah, I can get down with that. It'll be a month later, but I can get down with that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting from this. Is just if it's saying to take things in the wintry months, it's still very
Mhm.
quiet and calm and cold. And so it just kind of feels like with January and February being in the beginning, I feel like you should probably wait until when Aries season starts and use that as your guide to start your new year with whatever it is that you want to do. The card at the bottom of the deck, though, you did get the Guide of Swords, which is technically the Queen. That's what I was
Mhm.
checking. I just wanted to make sure it's the Queen. So with the Queen of Swords, be mindful of your words. What I usually think of when the Queen of Swords comes up is if she comes up upright, like yours did, he came up upright, is the queens are very motherly. They are able to invite people in, care for other people. This queen has a motherly feel about her. This is obviously a fairy. Um, no pun intended, hopefully.
That's funny. No.
But with whenever the Queen of Swords comes up for me, I picture her as someone who is willing to be caring enough to give. She can. If she came up in reverse, it would have been she just doesn't care what your feelings are. She is just blocked off. She doesn't. She's just going to tell you. She's going to chop up your head if and doesn't give a shit. But with the Queen of Swords coming up in reverse, there might be an opportunity where you might need to tell someone, hey, I don't really want to work with you because XYZ. Or, hey, I need to go this direction. It's not really aligning with what I want to do for the rest of 2025. Thank you for the opportunity, or however that is. But it just kind of makes me feel like you can give some unfortunate news, but with care.
Gotcha. That makes
Does that make
sense.
sense? That makes sense?
It does. Yeah.
So, yeah, so you do have fire, earth, and air in the 3 cards here. So pay attention to, let's see, fire, earth, air. That would be fire, water. Because I only pulled a 3-card spread, water could be one of those things that's already taken care of. So water's your emotions. Or
Mhm.
it could be something that you need to pay a little bit more attention to. And because you are slowing things down in January and February, things are telling you to slow things down. I'm going to advise you to kind of, as you are slowing things down, see how you're feeling as things come up. Take stock
Okay.
of what emotions come up with regards to January and February and write it down, maybe journal about it, and so you can reflect back on it and just see what comes up emotionally and see if there's something that needs to be like a limiting belief or something like that that needs to be released, kind of a thing. That's how
Yeah,
I would
I do have a new
approach.
journal that I want to start. So that's good. I'm really good at starting the journals and then like I peter out. Like I'm just like, okay, it's fine. Like I did enough of
Is
that.
there a,
Like
is there a reason that you peter out though?
it's because of like get distracted and I'm just like, okay, like I don't want to do this anymore. Like it's mostly like I'm great at starting things. It's also that just cardinal sign energy. Just I get things started and into
Are,
the flow and then also I think I stopped just because like, I don't want to pull it out. I don't want to work on it. Like I'm just done. Like
are you an Aries?
yeah, I am. Like Aries Sun and Aries Moon. Both of those with like
So
I was saying too, a Scorpio stellium, which is there's a
the
lot more
only
water in my chart than fire.
the only thing about Aries that I know is that they like to start things, but they don't know how to end things.
I think it's just that we just don't want to end things, or we just don't care to end things.
I mean,
I
that's
mean,
just
because when we want to, I think it's just that we just don't want to end things, or we just don't care to end things.
I mean,
I
that's
mean,
just
because when we want to,
that might be something you might want to explore in the new year.
yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
mean,
just
because when we want to,
that might be something you might want to explore in the new year.
yeah,
Um, a practice that you might want to explore for yourself in the new year.
yeah.
Um, a practice that you might want to explore for yourself. Um, but again, take stock, take a little bit of a break. I'm not going to necessarily give you not a break, but I'm not going to necessarily give you astrology because none of the major arcanas come up, and you've basically got 3/4 of the zodiac. So it's basically telling you to pay attention to everything. If I'm going to tell you to pay attention to anything, because cups is missing, because water is missing, I would tell you to pay attention to the water signs just to see
No,
if
I totally agree with you on that. Like I was thinking that they're missing, the water was distinctly missing, and
so
like
Cancer,
it's
Scorpio, and Pisces. Because those
a
are
big
the
part of my chart.
because water's the one that's missing, I would pay attention to Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces and see how they interact with what's going to be happening in the beginning of the year for you.
Hmm. And I think that's actually I feel like that's actually a good idea because like with water being missing and like my question ending in Pisces or at the end of like in March, where at the end of Pisces and the start of Aries, I feel like that makes sense. Like water just intuitively. You can hear my dog growling. Sorry, um, but yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. Let's see. When I was looking at the cards, something about this mountain. Maybe you trying to climb up a mountain, not like physically, but like it almost maybe feels like maybe okay, this is what I'm kind of getting from that now that it's kind of flowing in and out a little bit more. Um, with us saying you want to pay attention more to the astrological new year, I feel like these three cards are telling you to prepare for the, now I don't want to say uphill battle, but the uphill mountain that you might want to, that you probably might be experiencing throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So that's kind of because it's also in the distance. It's not something that's like right up front. And because we focused more on the question on the beginning of the year, I kind of am getting more of a prepare for what 2025 astrologically, the astrological new year has for you, not necessarily the, what are we on, the Gregorian New Year? Is that what we're on?
Sure. Yeah, I think so.
Whatever that is, the traditional New Year,
So
the collective New Year. Pay more attention to the astrological New Year.
we're gonna look at March instead of January. I'm fine with that. That makes sense.
So when I think it's in the middle of March is when Aries starts, Aries season starts. So probably
The 21st. Yeah.
what I would do is do your do a New Year's celebration. Get some sparkling cider. Write down your New Year's resolutions on for astrology New Year, astrological New Year. Like treat it like it's going to be whatever is going to happen next week, but do it again.
Yeah, I gotcha. It's spring. Like Aries starts the first day of spring.
Grow. Let things grow. So sorry, that's sign language. Whenever I get a little tipsy, I get sign language.
No, it's good. You're fine.
But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm getting from your beginning of the year. I would just take it slow and obviously don't take a break from it, but it's just more take things slow and prepare for what the rest of 2025 has in store for you.
Perfect.
Was that helpful?
Yeah, I think so. Thank
Was
you.
it helpful? Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your signal seems.
To a different part of the house where like the Wi-Fi is actually straight below us or below me instead of like I was in the far end of the house.
There you go. Got it. Well, keep me posted on how things are looking throughout the rest of the year, and if I think that you subscribed. I don't know if you did or not, but if you haven't, and if this app does go away, make sure that you follow me on my email list and make
I
sure we
think
can.
you wrote down my Instagram the other day, like so like if like that's where like I have an Instagram.
Yes, Jackson Ryan.
Jackson and Ryan. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I have it written down. I just haven't followed it yet. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So
is yours the Chris Lilly TV on IG as well?
everything.
Everything
Yeah.
makes sense. All right.
Crystal TV
Well,
on
Merry
every.
Christmas.
Yeah,
This
Merry
was fun.
Christmas.
I'm glad that you did a live tonight. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for being here, and thank you for your support. Disconnect. All right.